How does ICE carries out the order of removal? Part 2. The last time I talked about part 1, where ICE will arrest the individual and non-citizen, of course, arrest the individual, detain them, put them into their custody, then arrange for transportation so that later on that person will be deported to their country of origin or the country where they last resided. And if the person is stateless, then they will look into the origin of the person, then send them to a country that has connections with their country or their country of origin. But lately what we did is that we actually fight for those individuals who are stateless. In other words, we will file for stay of removal because the person is stateless. And what we'll do, we will make an arrangement. That way, once that stay of removal application is granted, the person will be under supervision. Of course, they will check in with ICE maybe every 3 months or 6 months and then they'll have a work permit renewable until further notice. But then today we want to talk about those other 2 scenarios that will come up when ICE is trying to carry out with that order of removal. When a person, this is a situation where a person has been already order removed, and later on they file for an I-130 petition, family-based, of course, immediate family-based type of petitions, and then the person will be called for the interview for their petition pending with USCIS. At that point, when the person goes there and do the interview, what's going to happen is that they will call ICE, they will notify ICE. At that point, they already identified the person, right? Because you are there for the interview. Then they will notify ICE, USCIS will notify ICE, and ICE will get there in the USCIS building and, arrest you, detain you, and put you into their custody. Again, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. You have, of course, your attorney will be there if you have an attorney, right, for your interview, then they can fight for you. But if you have already been ordered removed, they have the right to get there in person on the day of the interview and try to get you from at the interview. That's what they did in previous administration, and they did that too under Trump previous administration. I think he's going to reinstate that again. So that's just another scenario to be aware of. Another one will be biometric. When you apply with USCIS for another petition, let's say you've already been ordered removed and later on you go and apply for another petition. This actually happened to a U visa applicant. The person was actually ordered removed, and then they had a USCIS petition pending, a U visa petition pending with USCIS. What happened was they went for a biometric and ICE was called on the spot. The person was arrested, detained by ICE, put into ICE custody, and later on that person was physically removed to Egypt. That's really a case that I had before. The person called me after the removal. I don't want to go into the detail of what we did after that, but if you want that detail, let me know in the comments. But anyway, so that person was removed to Egypt because the order of removal was in the system. That was under Trump. The order of removal was in the system, and then the person went to apply for a U visa, and then later on the day the person went for a biometric, that's where the person was arrested and the person was deported to Egypt. The person called me after being deported, so I wasn't the lawyer on the case. I became the lawyer after the fact, okay? So it happens, USCIS interview, biometric, it can happen. And sometimes too, it happens really during the actual trial. That's why people under Trump, a lot of people, they didn't want to go to their individual hearing, because in some states, the judges the judge will order you removed on the spot. Basically, you go to the trial, and then they will give you a oral decision. And if they order you removed, what you will do, you have the right to appeal, right? But if, let's say, you waive appeal, they are going to just get you from there, from that day, because you're already in the building, in the courthouse, and DHS is the person really, cross-examining you. So basically, they can take you there too, arrest, detain, put you into their custody, then arrange for transportation. It has happened before, and this is most likely to happen again under Trump new upcoming administration. So those are the other three scenarios where I'm pretty much just adding as far as, how will ICE go about those order of removal? How does ICE carries out an order of removal? So if you need more about ICE, or if you need to know more about those type of stories, let me know in the comment so that I might come back with another story. It's not really just, it's just basically for you to be aware of what is going on, first of all, with the mass deportation plans coming up next month, in 2 months, basically. And for you to just be vigilant, aware, and prepare. So that's the goal: vigilance, awareness, and preparation. Let me know if you need more. Let me know in the comment. Just type part 3 U visa story or part 3 more, so we can do more. Thank you.